James Campbell, a leading historian of Anglo-Saxon England, writes in The Anglo-Saxons, "The political landscape of 8th century England was fragmented and unstable. The various kingdoms were often engaged in conflict with each other, vying for power and territory. This lack of unity made them vulnerable to external threats, such as the Viking raids. However, the Anglo-Saxons were not passive in the face of the Viking threat. They gradually adapted their military strategies and defenses, learning from their encounters with the raiders. Initially, their military organization was based on the Fyrd, a militia composed of free men, which proved ineffective against the swift Viking raids. Mark Morris, the author of The English and the Norman Conquests, in his analysis of the Anglo-Saxon response to the Vikings in The English and the Norman Conquests, argues that the Anglo-Saxons were not simply overwhelmed by the Viking onslaught. They learned from their defeats and adapted their military strategies, eventually developing effective methods to resist the invaders. One crucial adaptation was the development of fortified towns, known as burhs. These served as defensive strongholds and provided refuge for the population during attacks. The Burgal Hidage lists a series of fortified towns in Wessex. A document from the late 9th or early 10th century called the Burgal Hidage lists a series of fortified towns in Wessex and provides details about their defenses and garrisons. This document highlights the efforts made by the Anglo-Saxons to strengthen their defenses against Viking attacks. Ryan Lavelle, in the book Warfare in Anglo-Saxon England, explains, "The burhs were more than just defensive structures, they were also centers of administration, trade and craft production, playing a vital role in the economic and social life of Anglo-Saxon England." The Anglo-Saxons also reformed their armies, shifting from a reliance on the Fyrd to a more professional force. This included the development of a standing army of housecarls, elite warriors who served the king or a powerful lord. Stephen Pollington, in the Anglo-Saxon Tegn, details the evolution of the Anglo-Saxon military. The increasing professionalism of Anglo-Saxon warfare is reflected in the development of the housecarl, a full-time warrior who dedicated himself to the service of his lord. The housecarls were well equipped and highly trained, forming a formidable fighting force.